Namaste, mere pyare students. Welcome back. I know, exams are just around the corner and things can get a little heated. So today, let's quickly master the chapter on heat transfer. Are you ready? Let's jump right in. First up, let's start with a question right from your own kitchen. You've seen your mom cooking, right? The steel kadai gets super duper hot, but she can hold the wooden or plastic handle no problem. How is that possible? Well, physics isn't just in your books. It's right there, helping make your chai and sabzi. And by the end of this session, you'll know exactly why.
So here's our game plan. We're going to meet the 3 types of heat transfer, see how they work in the real world, and then wrap it all up with a quick recap so you're totally ready for your exam. Simple. Let's do this.
Okay, to make this all super easy to remember, let's think of the 3 ways heat travels as the 3 musketeers of heat transfer. We have conduction, convection, and radiation. Each one is a hero with its own special power of moving heat around.
Now, before we meet our musketeers, we need to know the one golden rule of heat. It's like a one-way street, okay? Heat always flows from something hotter to something colder. Always. It never, ever goes the other way. Think about a hot cup of tea. It cools down because it gives its heat away to the cooler air. Simple as that.
All right, let's meet our first musketeer. Conduction. This one is all about direct touch. You can think of it like a game of pass the parcel, but instead of a parcel, we're passing heat. Now, the really important thing to remember here is that the tiny particles themselves don't actually pack their bags and move. No way. They just vibrate like crazy and pass that energy to their next door neighbor, who passes it to their neighbor, and so on down the line. That's conduction in solids for you. Check out this classic experiment. See? As one end of this metal strip gets heated, its particles start shaking and pass that energy down the line. And as the heat travels along, the wax melts, and you see the pins drop one by one. That's conduction, live in action, moving from the hot end straight to the cold end. So this brings us right back to our kadai question. Materials like steel and aluminum that let heat zoom through them are called conductors. And we want our pans to be conductors, right? So the food cooks fast. But things like wood and plastic, which are like a roadblock for heat, are called insulators. We want the handle to be an insulator so we don't burn our hands. See? It all makes perfect sense now.
Okay, time for musketeer number 2, convection. Now this guy is all about movement and flow, and it happens in liquids and gases, things that can move around.
With convection, the particles themselves actually go on a little journey, carrying the heat with them. And the rule is super simple. When liquids or gases get hot, they get lighter and they rise up. Then the cooler, heavier stuff sinks down to take their place. This whole thing creates a moving circle of heat. Just look at this experiment here. When you heat water in a beaker, the water at the bottom gets hot and light, and it rises. The cooler, heavier water from the top sinks down to fill its spot. This cycle just keeps going and going. It's called a convection current, and it's exactly how your water boils for Maggie. And hey, convection isn't just for boiling water. It happens on a massive, massive scale. If you've ever been to Mumbai or Chennai or Goa and you felt that cool breeze coming from the sea during the day, well, guess what? That is a giant convection current happening in nature. Here's how it works, step by step. During the day, the land gets hot way faster than the sea, so the air over the land gets hot and rises up. Now there's an empty space, right? So the cooler, heavier air from over the sea rushes in to fill it. And there you have it, a beautiful, cool sea breeze, all thanks to convection. And finally, let's meet our third and most mysterious musketeer, radiation. This one is really special because it doesn't need to touch anything, and it doesn't need any medium to travel through. It's almost like magic. The best way to get this is to think of radiation like your home's Wi-Fi. It sends signals through the air with no wires, right? Well, radiation sends heat energy through empty space with absolutely no particles needed. It just travels in invisible waves. So, think about this for a second. How does the sun's heat even get to us on Earth? There's a whole lot of empty space between us. There are no particles for conduction or convection. The answer? Radiation. The sun radiates heat waves that travel all the way through space to warm up our planet. When you stand outside and feel the sun's warmth on your face, you are feeling heat transfer by radiation. How cool is that? Radiation also explains why we wear different colored clothes. Light-colored clothes, like a white t-shirt, reflect most of the heat radiation, which is great for keeping us cool in the summer. But dark colors, like a black shirt, absorb more of that heat, which helps to keep us nice and warm in the winter. See?
It's just simple physics helping you pick out your clothes.
Okay, bachcho, deep breath. We've met all three of our amazing Musketeers. Now for the most important part, a super fast revision to lock it all in your brain for the exam. Get ready to take a screenshot of this next slide. And here it is, the entire chapter on one single slide. Conduction is heat through touch, mainly in solids. Convection is heat through the actual flow of particles in liquids and gases. And radiation is heat that travels in waves and needs no medium at all. Remember this table, bachcho, and you will absolutely ace any question on this topic.
Okay, let's try a typical exam question. Look at this picture of a saucepan. Part A is the main pot, and Part B is the handle. Now, based on everything we just learned, what should their properties be? Come on, think about it. I'll give you a second. Did you get it? The answer is C. Of course it is. You need Part A, the pan, to get hot really fast, so it has to be a good conductor. And you need Part B, the handle, to stay cool so you can hold it, which means it must be a poor conductor, an insulator. It's just simple logic. See how easy that was? Physics is not difficult at all, butcho. It's really just about understanding the amazing world around you. You are all so brilliant, and you are going to do fantastically in your exams. I have full faith in you. You've got this. And before I go, I'll leave you with a little puzzle to think about. Consider the water cycle. How does radiation from the sun heat up the ocean? And how does that warm water then rise up through convection? Think about it. You'll see that our three musketeers are working together everywhere, all the time.
And that's it for our revision today. All the very best with your preparation. Study well, don't take too much stress, and you will shine. If this helped you out, please give it a like and subscribe for more quick revision sessions. Bye for now.